Alright, hello everyone. Hey, this isn't the TESL. What am I doing? Alright, let's go. Yeah, my custom little program here, letting me know what's up and running. Yes, I have already done the audio test, so everything is in place. For the second series, the semifinal match between Cechi and Lucifer here on, I believe is this Amazonia? I do believe so. Hopefully I am not mistaken. It wouldn't be the first time I was wrong, but you know what? Let's go ahead and get things started. Lucifer spawning as the gray undead player on the bottom left-hand side of the map. Meanwhile, Cechi spawning as the yellow undead player on the top right. As I mentioned, this is from the very last Zotac Cup, which was played over the weekend. After over a 6-year run running WarCraft 3 tournaments, Zotac has finally decided to move on, still hosting their WarCraft 3 tournaments, and eventually moving on into Hearthstone, now that Hearthstone is in open beta. Now, what does that mean for all of us out there? Well, it means, for me, it's going to be a little bit more difficult to find higher level WarCraft 3 replays. For those of you guys who are waiting for StarCraft 2 replays, I've talked to some of the admins at Zotac, and they tell me that they are going to be able to get me those StarCraft 2 replays as well. So maybe I will be casting Zotac Cup for a lot longer, just not WarCraft 3 games. Now, in an Undead versus Undead matchup, it is not surprising to see a Lich first. Are we going to be seeing a Lich first? No, that is a Death Knight, and that is a Lich. So, not 100% wrong. The reason why a Lich works out so incredibly well is that the Lich can't get hero nuked. Also, the Lich with the Rada Necromancy and Dark Ritual has access to a lot of mana in the early portions of the game. That is actually one of the weakest parts of the Lich opening, is how to maintain mana. Now that the Rada Necromancy was introduced in the Frozen Throne many years ago, and there are now more and more undead players, undead mirror matches are no longer as sacred as a blue moon, or, well, something that is very sacred and difficult to find. The thought or item escapes me right now, as we are now looking at Crypt Fiends doing a little bit of creeping here. We can see that the Death Knight is already out. This is a 2-minute 40-second Death Knight, so this is a Crypt Fiend opening, which means that the Crypt Fiend and the Crypt was placed down first. Death Knight now going up against the Rogue here, and it looks like he will be able to take it down. Oh my goodness, sneezing on the air, never a good idea. But then again, I don't know how to stop a sneeze in mid-sneeze. Always very painful, as the Death Knight going to be picking up a Gloves of Haste and getting almost to level 2. Back over here, Lich is already out on the field. It does have a little bit of mana shortage, only sitting at level 1 right now, not yet quite to level 2, and we should be seeing this Lich get to level 2 as quickly as possible. Once it is at level 2, oh, Death Knight gets to level 2. There's a Frost Nova though, and the Crypt Fiends are just gonna go to town on some of these units. Alright, there goes a Skeletal Warrior. That gives level 2 to the Lich. That is going to be very important. Perhaps we will see a Dark Ritual on a lower hit point skeletal minion, or a full hit point skeletal minion. It doesn't make any sense to go after any of the others, as the Crypt Fiend of Lucifer now getting caught here. So this gray Crypt Fiend trying to run away. Meanwhile, the Lich is taking a rather roundabout run. Where is the Lich? The Lich actually heading off over here, and now perhaps going to run inside the base. A little bit of an interesting strategy, as the ghouls and all the units are now backing off. Alright, what is this Lich really hoping to do? It is going to try and run inside the space. There is one Nerubian Tower though, and one Nerubian Tower pretty much means, you know what, not much can get done. Alright, is this Frost Nova? Yes, onto an Acolyte, trying to get some damage. There is that Acolyte over there. The Acolyte trying to run away, and the Acolyte is not actually really getting anywhere. Oh, it looks as though that Acolyte may get taken down. A Death Coil could be coming in. Oh, trying to protect it, but no, does not, as Lucifer was able to just rush on in here. There goes another Frost Nova, and a beautifully placed, as we see a Staff of Teleportation to teleport this Lich all the way back home. after he did deal a good bit of damage. Now, the reason why it is a good bit of damage, the acolytes, you can see there's only 3 acolytes mining from this gold mine instead of the full 5. That means it is mining at 60%, meaning about 360 gold a minute instead of the typical 600. With 240 gold lost until the Halls of the Dead is done upgrading, that does turn out to be a very significant fall or drop off. We are now looking at the Lich trying to finish off this particular creep camp here. We should be seeing going to Halls of the Dead in just a moment as well. There is a dark ritual as the Lich needs to get back up into a higher and higher mana count. The Lich should not get to level 3, just a little bit shy, 7 experience shy there, as the Death Knight now trying to creep after this Kobold Taskmaster will or should be very close to level 3 as well. Yes, just a hop, skip, and a jump in a way as the Lich comes in Frost Novas to get that extra bit of experience and now is on the run. Cechi, well, what's going to happen here? There's another Dark Ritual. The Lich now already seen at 140 mana. He's got to realize that is an illusion, and now all that illusion is going to do is just go and puff up in some smoke. So far, the Lich now on the move back to the north. Cechi sitting off over here, sitting at level 2 with that Death Knight. Crypt Fiends continuing their creeping as the Death Knight is going to get to level 3. It looks as though the Death Knight is going to get some unexpected visitors here. As you can see, the Skeletal Minions are coming in. The Lich is there as well. There's a couple of ensnares as well, and that is just absolutely bad news for Cechi. Cechi may be forced to use a Death Coil. Yes, uses a Death Coil, and not being at level 3 is a huge disadvantage. Oh, there goes the Crypt Fiend. Long distance, and only to see another unit getting death coiled or ensnared. All right, this may be the death of this Crypt Fiend. Yes, it is as well. And now finally Lucifer's getting the unfortunate end of an ensnare. As you can take a look, that Crypt Fiend will get taken down here. There's a Frost Nova, and both sides are just, oh, another death coil comes in. Where did that death coil even come from? As another Crypt Fiend falls. The Lich just doing a great job going after all of these units here. The Death Knight sitting at level 3 does have enough for another Death Coil, and the Lich now being forced to use the Scroll of Town Portal. Is it going to go after the Crypt Fiends? Oh, or after the Berserker? It does not look that way, as the Forest Troll Berserker gets taken out. So far, we are going to Black Citadel. No Obsidian statues have been trained as of yet. We are sitting on Blight. I am surprised by the Obsidian statue count coming in from Lucifer. He doesn't really have any follow-up. Meanwhile, the Slaughterhouse was significantly delayed because of the shortage of Acolytes. Also, if you remember, the Black Citadel, or the upgrade to Halls of the Dead, was actually much faster for Cechi, but because he was also forced to train up 2 extra Acolytes, that did end up delaying the tech to tier 3. There is an Obsidian statue now being trained up. What's happening here? Potion of Invisibility. Not your typical item on a Lich at all. And that Lich has some really, really nasty, dirty plans, as it's going to make its way inside of this base here. The Lich is sitting at level 3, I believe. So that means a level 2 Frost Nova will definitely take it out. There's the Skeletal... Oh, there goes one. Are we going to perhaps see another Dark Ritual come in here in just a moment? And there is some damage already being dealt. That Lich now being forced to teleport all the way back home, down to 133 hit points. And this is actually one of those situations where it's a bit of a benefit that his opponent is an undead player. The Lich was getting a lot of regeneration while standing on Blight. Lucifer now trying to make his way over to take down this Acolyte. The Acolyte needed one more hit. Unfortunately for him, that hit did not go off, as the Death Knight of Lucifer now joins in on the fight. Obsidian statue. Are we getting mana? No, we are getting hit points, healing up all of these units. The Lich now with a Rod of Necromancy should in fact get a lot of mana every time he tries to sacrifice one of those skeletal minions. You can see the Lich now running off to the north here. Where is it going to go? What is it going to be doing? Is it going to try to even take down a squirrel? It does not look like it. Just running off to the north. Instead, we see the Death Knight sitting at level 3, Lich sitting at level 2 for Cechi, as we are still creeping across the map here. 3-2 compared to a 4-1, as Lucifer does have one Obsidian statue and only one so far. I don't even see the second one being, going into the Destroyer form first. So we are going to have destroyers before we even have a second obsidian statue. The Death Knight now with Unholy Aura, most likely. Yes, there we go. A little bit faster, a little bit stronger, able to regenerate those hit points as the Death Knight sees a mirror of himself, only a gray version that is slightly less experienced. The Lich seen at level 4 compared to a level 2 Lich. So we are seeing at 4-2 compared to 3-2. And that does give it an advantage for Lucifer, as we see Lucifer just sitting on one base. We are sitting at 38 over 50 supply. However, Cechi actually sitting perhaps on a higher supply, 39 over 40, just slightly higher. Not much to write home about, as we are going to see the Ghoul now get taken out. All right, it looks as though, are we going to see, yes, the Crypt Fiend get taken out there? This Ghoul does not have a very good day with that -5 armor and the focus fire of Crypt Fiends. It was taken out rather quickly. Frost Nova killing a unit before the death coil could go down, and that was a bad decision there, as we are seeing more and more units still falling. All right, Cechi still trying to fight back here. Lucifer with skeletal minions of his own, getting a little bit more mana, gets off another Frost Nova here, and now trying to pull the unit back. It looks as though it will get taken down, as that -5 armor is just really causing problems for Lucifer. Cechi's with that -5 armor on that Lich. Now the Lich sitting at level 3. Cechi is actually in a very good position in this fight. Meanwhile, Lucifer is actually in the dangerous spot right now. He is sticking around this fight far too long. Lucifer now with the level 2 death coil going down onto the Lich. That is actually a bit helpful. Level 4, level 3 compared to a level 3, but Cechi really bringing in the pain, and also I believe he came out ahead there. 27 over 50 supply compared to 40 over 50. What am I talking about? It really felt like Cechi actually came out ahead in that fight, but that is not what my numbers are telling me. Only a handful of Crypt Fiends are left. The Death Knight, the Lich is out as well. Level 3 on the Lich. Death Knight sitting at level 3 compared to level 4, level 3. And now what is happening here? Lucifer only with what, 3 Crypt Fiends, 1 Destroyer, and 1 Obsidian statue. Meanwhile, you see 2 Obsidian statues, 2 Crypt Fiends, and now a Dark Ranger. So it's sitting at 34 over 50 compared to 42 over 50. And now training up another Obsidian statue. All right, can he get the unit in transit? Oh, this would be extremely bad news if he got the unit in transit. And that could be a very bad day. You can see that the units are now coming into position over here. There's the absorb mana, as that 1 destroyer is up in the air just dealing so much damage. However, there's a silence as Lucifer now backing off here. All right, this Gray Death Knight, I believe that's the Gray Death Knight. Yeah, the Gray Death Knight versus the Yellow Death Knight. The Yellow Death Knight now going after this Death Knight here. It looks as though the Lucifer may end up losing this unit and losing the hero. Saves his own Dark Ranger, and there you have it. Cechi now coming in with a very strong position. You can see double Obsidian statues for Cechi, and Cechi's double Obsidian statue just hiding in the back, and there is the GG though. Lucifer takes game 1 in this series. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. Hope you guys enjoyed Game 1. Please stay tuned for Game 2.